Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
All right, so I saw it too, man. I loved it. What did you think of
I thought it would have been better if they didn't have a friggin' song on loop the whole friggin' time.
it?
I mean, I was into it, and like I don't know who sings this song, and like I'm not like trying to throw any shade on them or anybody who likes whoever that artist was, but how many times in this trailer do we have to hear the guy say "war ready"? I get it after 3 times. After 3 times, I'm like, oh, I guess this guy's ready for war.
It's like the Assassin's Creed rap video.
It's exactly like that, yeah.
It's like, I'm God, you're God, I'm not God, my God.
See, that at least, that made a bit more sense. Like, I understand why this song was in this trailer, because they're saying, oh, they're ready for this kaiju war. But
yes,
they threw the tone off of this trailer for me. Like, now I don't know.
No.
I don't know with this anymore. Now I'm a little worried.
Actually, Scott sent it to me. He thought I wasn't going to like it, but I did like it, actually, surprisingly. I'm like, I don't know.
What's on loop? That's funny.
Well,
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
With that aside, though, I have to say, like, the visuals, it was a very good trailer.
Yes.
I really like the way some of the new kaiju. I think Pacific Rim has really showed the world that, American-made monsters can be really, really creative. You know what I'm saying? Their designs, their abilities, their roars and stuff. But I don't know. Like, something felt off to me with this trailer, other than the song. Like, I remember watching it, and I was just like, this is good, but there's something about this that I don't know what it is yet. I've only watched it a couple of times. There's something about this trailer that I'm just not.
You're worried about the movie?
I am. Yeah, I am.
Oh, my mom would be very excited about this movie because she done watched the original like 100 times.
Oh, I love the original.
Story.
The original's fantastic.
She would love this.
I will say this, though.
What?
The kaiju and the Jaegers, I love their designs. I think they look great. And
yeah.
John Boyega is I think he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even before he was in The Force Awakens, I think he's perfect to play Idris Elba's son, because Stacker Pentecost was my favorite character in the first Pacific Rim, and even he was followed closely by Raleigh. I really liked Raleigh, but I'm happy that they're kind of focusing on Stacker Pentecost's son. I'm also intrigued by Scott Eastwood's character, because I'm kind of hoping that Scott Eastwood gets some bigger roles like this one, because I think he's a bit underrated.
That's the guy that was in Suicide Squad, right?
He was, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know anything else.
I'm glad to see some of the supporting cast from the first one came back, which is it's always good. I'm pretty sure at the end of that trailer we saw like a combined kaiju that kind of formed out of a bunch of little ones.
Right. Sort of like destroy little crab things into a big destroyer, right?
Yeah. I don't know. My hope for this movie is that it does well.
Right.
So that we either get a Pacific Rim 3 or they somehow tie this into the MonsterVerse. But
you really think they're going to do that, though, to tie it into the MonsterVerse?
I think if this movie does well enough, they will.
Really?
Yes, because they've kind of almost by accident introduced the one thing that they need to make this technically become part of the MonsterVerse. Seeing that the precursors, which are the aliens in the Pacific Rim story, since they have the ability to create, interdimensional portals, they could technically use that to say they've entered, you know, the MonsterVerse or, you know, something like that. It's unlikely. I don't think it's going to happen. However, I think if, you know, when movies make a lot of money, you can't say, yes, this is definitely going to happen. No, this is definitely not going to happen.
Right.
Because if this makes a lot of money, they go, hey, Godzilla's making money too. You want to be in Godzilla? Yeah, let's do it.
Right.
You know?
Well, unless there's a clause in there from Toho that says they can't put outside crossovers in.
Well, no, because Toho, they don't have control of the MonsterVerse. They have control of Godzilla. So, who knows?
I see. So, in other words, they could put whatever monster in there, and Toho has no say over it.
The only say that they would have is whether or not Godzilla would be with them. So,
like fighting them or not fighting them?
Like even in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If they said yes, then why not?
Right, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
That is, in my opinion, that is the way they introduce Mechagodzilla into this series, into the MonsterVerse. Because that you can't tell me that in the MonsterVerse they're going to be like, we're going to build a giant robot Godzilla. It just it doesn't work.
Right. I agree. Well, Pacific Rim 2 wasn't the only thing coming from Comic-Con. There's a lot coming from Comic-Con. A lot of great news, maybe some bad news.
Oh, boy.
And some battles, so to speak. That was a nice battle, Chris.
Yes, there was.
You want to tell? I mean, I told everybody already. You want to do it in this cast, though?
No, go ahead.
Well, we've talked about this many times on the Everything Show. Past, 2 years since Marvel decided to do this rapid change, Marvel Comics, where not just one hero, but like every single hero changes, boom, in a second. Everybody at the same exact time. Falcon, Captain America, She-Thor, Asian Hulk, everything at the same exact time. And I said it back then, and I said it every cast since. I said, people are going to rebel. This is going to be horrible. What's next? They're going to do multiple covers again like the 90s where they phased it out? Sure enough. They had 50 covers for USA Avengers, alternate. They had 12 legacy covers. They keep doing alternate, raising the price, alternate, raising the price. Regular comics are failing because people don't have the money for both. So they're getting the big storyline. And then they forced the guy to end the storyline with Hydra Cap, and it wasn't ended correctly. So created more problems than anything. So finally they had a closed doors meeting with the comic shops, with the retailers, with Diamond City Distribution, get to talk to the Marvel creators, the Marvel big company, you know, about what the heck is going on. Because at the end of the day, comic book stores could go out of business because they're being pushed and forced into getting every single variant cover there is. They'll lose perks if they don't, but then no one's going to buy every cover there is, especially if the book is $5, $6, $10 each. They have too many big storylines, and they've changed the characters where they're unrecognizable. One of the biggest complaints that retailers have said to Marvel is that someone goes to see Avengers. Great. They love the movie. They're new to comics. They want to see a comic book about Steve Rogers, Captain America. They get the book. It's an African-American Falcon. What the hell is that? Why is Captain America flying? I don't want this. I want what's in the movie. They go to get Iron Man. I want to see Tony Stark. They get a 15-year-old girl named Ironheart. Oh, wait a minute. There must be some mistake. Let me get it. Oh, there's another Iron Man title. You get Doctor Doom as Iron Man. Oh, wait. There must be another Iron Man. Yes, there is another. Why is Iron Man dead? Why is he a ghost in his suit? What's this? There's something's wrong. They like the Hulk. They want to get a Hulk comic. It's a 15-year-old kid and he's Asian. And he looks like an Asian sumo wrestler, Green Hulk. And they're like, what is this? They want to read about Thor. It's Jane Foster. She has cancer and she's Thor. So nothing in the movies is represented in the comics. There's a book called Spider-Man. They pick it up. It's Miles Morales. So they're confused. They're like, they don't want that. So the guys are like, so look, you don't change the originals. You don't change the main guys. These are the old guys. You keep it the way it is. Create new characters, like Stan Lee said. And Marvel's like making excuses, and then they're like, you're forcing us to get variant covers. You're putting us out of business. Then they go, why can't you even write for your characters correctly? That you're making characters gay that were never gay before, like Iceman. You're changing sex where half the Marvel Universe is female now, or more than that. And then it gets really weird. What is going on here? So Marvel, of course, on Twitter, writers have a habit, I've said this too, bashing fans, but then all of a sudden when their books drop, they come out there and they try to support the book. How could you do that if you're bashing your fan base? So there was a big heated thing. Behind closed doors, there was screaming going on, and it did not bode well for Marvel. Now, is Marvel going to change things? Well, they can't right now because they're doing even magnified more than ever before. There's a huge, huge Avengers No Surrender storyline that is coming out soon as Legacy ends in December. Which, by the way, Legacy has tons of books that you're forced to get because they're crossing over into each other, right?
Oh, gross.
As soon as that's done, they make the Avengers weekly, meaning that $5 each comic, $20 you give to the Avengers every month for months. And it's going to be the biggest storyline that Marvel's ever done with multiple variant covers galore and everything. It is the type of storyline that could put comic book stores out of business because it's going to be beyond 3 months. It's going to be the biggest friggin' thing ever. And they are flipping out. So now, why keep doing this? Why keep raising the price? Why are you so greedy?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, greed.
It's going to end. You're forcing people to go bankrupt. You're forcing people to spend too much money. You cannot keep doing this. This happened in the 90s, and they almost went bankrupt. They had to have people buy their properties.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter that Disney will fire everybody. They will come in if this state starts losing more money, and they will fire everybody. So, Chris, what do we do? Do you think Marvel should listen, or do you think they should just keep bringing themselves to the ground?
Oh, of course I think they should listen, but do I think they're going to listen?
No.
Why would they? At this point, why would they? This is my thing. I agree with everything that you said. The only thing I don't agree with is and it's not that I don't agree. I think there's an easy way to kind of solve this. But anybody who watches these movies and then becomes interested in, the comics, like, I think I'm going to go buy the comics. Do your research before you go.
Right.
And read what's going on and try to start maybe from the beginning or close to the beginning. Do your research before you go out looking for comics or books or movies or anything like that. Because if you go in blind, it's not going to – most of the time it'll be fine. But sometimes you'll buy that one thing that you're like, this sucks, and then it could ruin it for you.
Well, you know what I've noticed, Chris? I've noticed that we are always in the news, like trying to find stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even in this day and age, technology and everything, people don't want to research.
I know. Yeah.
They just want to go in. They have all the tools. They could learn anything from Google or whatever. They could learn a foreign language. They could whatever. They just want to go and then why isn't it there? What happened? They don't want to research. They don't want to work. They don't want to look into things. Not everybody, but mostly everybody. Because they just, that's why they come, and it's good. I'm glad we'll tell you the news on here, sure. But, they don't want to.
I think it's the lazy way of doing stuff. I think some people need to do research because research is important.
They do need to do research sometimes, they do. But they don't, and that's what happens. And then there's issues, especially when, now another argument is the majority want all the new characters gone. Mm-hmm. Because they said that if you do not get rid of the new characters, they're going to be mixed with the old characters, and people are going to be confused because they're all called the same damn name. And who said that? I've said that, and you said that. We've all said that for like months. When you say Captain America, why does 5 people show up to the table?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, you know, like if you're gonna have a bunch of different superheroes, but they're all like dressed similarly and they call themselves the same thing. I mean, you're in my opinion that's like the most uncreative way of making a character. I mean, you don't take a character that's been around for years and like you know, oh, we're gonna have 13 Batmans now. Like how? Like what do you mean?
We have 2 Hawkeyes. We have how many?
I shouldn't have to have a graph that tells me which Batman I'm reading about. You know what I'm saying? Like
well, not only that, you go to Toys R Us, right? Say you want to buy the Spider-Girl figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's completely different than the Spider-Girl we know.
Mm-hmm.
Another reality, but they don't even emphasize it. It's like they had this African-American woman who was Spider-Girl. I'm like, wait, who the hell is that? I don't even know who that is. Who's that? You know, it's like you go into the store and the figures are totally... They had a whole Doctor Strange line, right? But do you think they would put the character's name on the front of the box? No. It's just Doctor Strange and they had Brother Voodoo in there. But why don't they have Brother Voodoo on the title? Oh, because that might scare people. What?
Brother Voodoo?
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, that's one of the characters. Yeah. So like, oh God, kid can't buy a figure called Brother Voodoo because that's like politically correct.
Oh.
Yeah, politically correct. Oh my God, so let's just put Doctor Strange thing on there.
Oh Jesus.
But you know what's funny though? Like my like current favorite. It's no secret that my favorite fictional superhero. I mean, obviously they're all fictional, but you know, is Ben 10,000.
Right.
And in Ben 10 in Omniverse, there was a whole story arc where he went to different universes and he met different versions of himself.
Right.
And the thing that astounded me, which if this new show can do this, or it's not new anymore, but if at the time this new show could do this, they all had different names.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't all called Ben 10. They were all Ben Tennyson, but their superhero name was Ben something else.
Yeah.
Mm.
So why can't you do that with completely new like this is the same character just in a different universe?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you do that with characters that are in the same universe that just dress in a similar fashion?
Why can't Miles Morales be called something else?
Yeah,
He could.
exactly.
He could be easily.
And you know what? I got the book. He's in the past. And again, this is not the past of the actual Marvel Universe. It's called The Vanishing Point. There's some weird explanation. It's kind of a deviant version of the Marvel Universe because it's not like history set in stone.
Excuse me.
That they'll be messing with history. So he basically tells Peter Parker, this is your legacy. This is you. Who am I to take your legacy from you? You're still Spider-Man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, then when you get back to the Marvel Universe, you change your name. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They had the issue with Falcon, right? You know what happened at the end? Falcon said, this is your legacy. I'm giving up Captain America. Here's your shield back. I'm going to be the Falcon again. That's it. He's the Falcon now. Done. Steve Rogers, Captain America, he's the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? There's still more than one Captain America running around. So clean house. Get rid of all the other Captain Americas. Bucky needs to be Bucky, sure.
Yeah.
Future Girl, go back to the future. Get out. Don't need you. Don't need anybody else. Sorry. Hawkeye, I'm sorry. Kate Bishop, change your name. She shouldn't be Hawkeye. He's Hawkeye. Too confusing.
God.
You know how what it was like when they called the She-Hulk Hulk? And they called, and who did they call him Totally Awesome Hulk, or they call him Hulk? They don't call him Totally Awesome Hulk.
They're running around. Hey, T.A. Hulk.
Hey, T.A. Hulk, yeah. TNA Hulk, yeah. So Marvel realized how stupid they looked, so they changed the name back to She-Hulk now. But she still looks like a man, which is terrible. What's happening there?
Oh, Marvel, you the gift that just keeps on giving.
And they love this clone, Hulk Farine. Oh my God. He doesn't really look that different, by the way. He looks like a gray Hulk with claws.
Oh my
And maybe
goodness.
2 spikes on his back, or 3 or 4 spikes. Looks stupid.
Hulk and Wolverine. What?
Hulkverine, yeah.
Hulk, oh God, they really dig in the bottom of the
So
barrel.
now he's going to get his own book in January.
Oh, goody.
Hulkverine.
I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. That's
Yeah.
just me. Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
Yeah?
Not for like a permanent thing, but for like a one-off thing.
It's not going to be, though.
Kind of be cool.
Well, okay. I'm
Well,
glad
to a
Wolverine's
point.
back.
It is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's it's a comic book thing. It's kind of cool.
I got a question for you, Chris.
What's up?
Wolverine has a whole bunch of kids, right? I guess, we figured that out, right?
He's Wolverine, man.
Right. Well, why does every freaking kid have adamantium skeleton and claws that are adamantium?
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense now, does it?
No,
Did
it
they
doesn't.
have them implanted? Because they shouldn't have them if they were just born.
So the government's like, oh, you're his kid, I'm going to implant you too? So when he didn't have adamantium for 7 years, right?
Yeah.
And he had bone claws. So not like he could go to Walmart and get adamantium, right?
Well,
but
I would
it's like,
hope not.
But like that, they're giving adamantium to everybody. Like that. Saber-tooth had adamantium.
Because I guess, they can't really be Wolverine's kids if they don't have the adamantium claws. You know what I'm saying?
Why do they have to be?
They don't have to, but I think that's
stupid.
that's the mindset of the writers. It's like, well, we can't have this be Wolverine's child without her or him having, adamantium claws or a skeleton like that.
Clones and so they have now they have Wolverine's back, he's free, and he has the time gem. We have Old Man Logan from Universe, I don't know, whatever, just 2.
Mm-hmm.
We have Wolverine, which is the clone, Laura, so X-23. You have Dakin, and then you have the alternate reality Wolverine's son from the Ultimate Universe.
I can't deal with this. Why would they get their shit together?
So you know what that tells me? That if you have a lawn, you don't need a lawnmower. That's it. Get them all together.
You really need like a flow chart to read these comics. It's like it's getting ridiculous now.
We have Thor, which is not worthy. We have Thor that is worthy, and we have Volstagg that is War Thor because they're Doctor Who fans. So we got War Thor. So guess what? 3 Thors now.
See, that's why I don't read comics. I read some of them, but it's just too convoluted now. It's like I have to, like you said, like Chris said, I have to get a flow chart just to keep on which is which doesn't make sense and is doing a disservice to the people who actually buy comic books.
Now, the book got canceled, the Doctor Strange Sorcerers Supreme, because it's boring when everybody is like almost omnipotent and superpowered and nobody can stop like 10 Sorcerers Supremes at the same time.
Oh,
it's like impossible, right? So they canceled the book. So you would think that Marvel will learn from their mistakes. Oh no, Norman Osborn needs to be with the Mystic Arts and Loki. Why Norman Osborn and Loki? What, did you just take a chart again with the wheel and you did the names? Who's the next? Sorcerer Supreme. Norman Osborn.
I'm sorry, that's a real combination.
Oh, and the thing with Norman Osborn is he's going to therapists. He's going to people because he wants them to make him insane so that way he can be the Green Goblin again.
Oh, boy.
So this is why he wants to be with magic, because he wants to be the Green Goblin again. And they saw that he could become the most powerful evil bastard there is, so they prevented it from happening. But now he still wants to be with magic now. So he tried to invade Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum and failed. And now Loki, why would Loki want to practice the mystic arts all of a sudden? Why? Doesn't make any sense. Do you ever think that would happen, Chris?
Well,
Loki?
I mean, he does have like some magic abilities, but I wouldn't be like, oh, he's going to become the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, I would think that after all he's done, they'd kind of be like, yeah, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
No.
And guess what? Tony Stark is Sorcerer Supreme.
What?
In the future. Because he has the same goatee and everything, so they said, why not?
Oh, God.
Which that is Brian Michael Bendis for you, by the way, because he's the one that did a joke about that. That, oh, I should be, and then now they made it in the future. Yes, he is.
Oh, good.
Horrible. So, that's why Marvel's going to end, because everybody and your neighbor, it's going to be like the master race with the master. Remember that?
Yeah.
If it would be like that, it'd be boring, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly the way the Marvel Universe is right now. 20
Right.
Spider-Man, 20 this. It's like, hello.
See, no wonder they losing people because it's just too hard to keep up now.
Well, guess what? They didn't learn. So we'll look what they're doing now in December. You want to see what they're doing now?
Sure.
Venom Incorporated.
What?
Yep. Let's make everybody Venom because that's cool.
No, it's not.
Let's do scary covers and weird stuff, and let's have Spider-Man be bonded with a different symbiote and look weird. There you go.
Oh my goodness. He
There you
looks
go.
frightening.
There you go. There you go. Let's have new symbiotes.
Oh,
Everybody, new
look
symbiotes. Let's flood the market. Look, let's make a Phoenix symbiote.
No, really?
Look, let's make a weird ass, I don't know, whatever that is down there. Let's go crazy. Let's make money. How much are these books? $5, $5, $5, $5, $3.99.
It needs to be $2.99 at one point.
Nope, not now.
No.
Nope. Let's spend money. And let's do this too. What's that about? Because they even got to Galactus now too.
Hey, what the hell is that?
That's SJW's baby. Galactus with lipstick. She's a female. Oh! You son of a...
You know, at this point, does it really surprise anybody?
No.
Hey, look, let's look at the Claw Crew. That's what they should have called them. I got claws, you got claws. I got claws, you got claws. Claws,
Everybody got
claws.
What about that poor guy up there that only has a knife?
Well, no, he has claws, but he's just holding a knife. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look at this, too. Let's make many different Ms. Marvels.
Oh,
Because
no.
we're fucking nuts now.
Is that a fat guy dressed up like Miss
Yep.
Marvel?
Yes.
It's gender inclusive, Miss Marvel.
And yes.
Yep. So that's, see what I'm saying? This is a virus.
It is.
It's a virus. It's a virus.
Oh, man.
It's
Bad,
infected
bad.
everything. They're bad. They're out of control. They're out of control. Out of it, man. They're totally out of it. They keep infecting everybody. There's multiple versions of everybody. So it's scary. Now they say, oh, by the way, one of the biggest things, did you know there was 3 different Avengers teams in the comics? Did you know that? Chris?
I had no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah. This has been going on since A versus X. So there's an Avengers team that's made up of X-Men and Avengers. Then there's regular Avengers book, and then there's another Avengers book, right? So people are tired of it. So guess what? During the storyline, they're going to have Beyond Weekly of just Avengers. So eventually, after that's done, the other ones are going to get canceled. And you only have one Avengers book. But not before they triple, quadruple, quintuplet everything. And make you go for broke. So, it is what it is, man. It's not going to change. Just trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, they keep doing this thing because it didn't work. So they can't have failures. So they keep doing the Marvel Unleashed, and nobody even gives a shit about it, by the way. This thing is still coming out, and nobody cares. Failure.
I bet that conference meeting was very heated.
Oh, yeah.
It was very
yes.
heated.
Yep. Vision has his own family now, too?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's been going on for a while.
Yeah,
I
a while
think.
now. Yeah. And look, here's all the Iron Men. Oh, let's get the Iron Squad. Too many. Too many.
Good grief.
Too many people, man. Of course, Spider-Man and his whole family have spider powers, even Mary Jane.
How would they
So-
even have?
Are his
Marvel,
powers like sexually transmitted?
I don't know.
Marvel, your movies are great. Your comics are cluster bleep.
This is to make Miles Morales comic popular. He's fighting the all Spider-Man's villains. He's fighting a new version of Iron Spider. You have an alternate reality Spider-Gwen. It's all over the place. Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. He's fighting another guy. They're making multiple issues of Scarlet Spider. And now look what they're doing with the Black Cat. She's in the Defenders.
Oh, she's now. Oh boy. Okay.
The Silver and Black. That's what they're probably trying to do. So they're flooding the market. Flooding. Too much. And of course, you got Spirits of Vengeance too, which is all Ghost Riders and everybody. Blade and that's the Punisher, by the way. He has War Machine armor.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah, because somebody in Marvel was like, yeah, this guy has no powers. How come he's not dead? Like, ever? Even if he fights superheroes? So, yeah.
So he can't be a superhero with just on the merit of his skills. He has to have...
Oh, he'll be killed because he's fighting supervillains.
Oh.
He has no powers. This is not like Batman where he has an armor on.
I mean, it didn't stop Batman and Robin. They don't have powers. They have...
There you go. There's Loki. He's like, I'm happy, look. I just defeated Doctor Strange. Yeah.
I believe the Doctor Who panel has already happened at Comic-Con.
Yes.
Yes, it has.
Not much to discuss. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, let's have a panel where we discuss one episode.
Yep.
Because that goes over well. And they can't say anything about the Christmas special.
They didn't even show anything there.
So they talk about stories that we never heard about. Oh, like,
Capaldi.
Excuse me. No, I got something stuck in my tongue. Capaldi knew about Jodie Whittaker. Oh, when did that happen? Let's hide that story until later on.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the this funny Ash versus Evil Dead season 3 poster, which is like a yearbook, like Ash most likely to the.
Yes. February 25th. Unbelievable.
Man.
I will lose. To me, it's like we lose the season because there's no way we're gonna have a season next year now.
Nope.
They would have put it out here, then they would have to film next year and release next year. So
Well,
now we're in danger of losing. Period. Like making it go cancel.
that's all right because we always have the Orville and now Will and Grace is back. I have other choices.
Yes.
And they're on free TV.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So, I mean, if they want to play the game where we have to wait for a year for everything.
Well, Game of Thrones 2 years now, maybe.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
And like, well, how many episodes for 2 years though? 7, probably.
Well, they're spending $15 million each episode.
That's why I'm not
It's like,
getting.
what?
Yeah, I'm like, have you even heard? I bet you heard how much they pay the actors too.
Oh, forget it.
The millions.
They probably get royalties and everything.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's the problem right there. You overspending on the actors, which I agree. Half of them deserves what they get because some of them worked very hard to get in that position.
Yeah.
But you kind of pull yourself into like a hole because your cost is more,
Right, they'll never get that probably again. But you know what the funny thing is going to be when it's over, right?
Yeah.
The withdrawals they're going to have.
Oh,
because
man.
now, even though they're rich, it's like, are they going to like go into something immediately, or are they going to just, what are they going to do? Are they going to be typecast as like that role, and then nobody's going to, So
see, that's the drawback of a well successful show. But I mean, it's not even quantity over quality. It's just that y'all just don't know how to manage your money.
Well, yeah, they spend their money like water, and then next thing you know, they're accountants. So, I mean, I'm sort of, right?
Yeah.
Like basketball players and football players, and they're selling you beds and stuff. Yeah.
So I don't understand what's going to happen. I mean, I feel sorry for, if they was going to do the 2-year thing, which they are, they should at least gave the fans a little bit more than the 7 episodes.
And you know what else? I'm sorry they're saying all these rumors about 5 different Game of Thrones spinoffs. There's not going to be one. There's not going to be one spinoff. Because if there is, it may not do as well because people don't want to see that.
What happened with the one they was going to spin off? The Oh God, what's the name? It's Daenerys' father. They was gonna
Yeah,
do
but
that.
here's the thing, right? How could you see a series if you know what's going to happen? Then it's not a surprise. You know he won't die in this episode. You know he won't die in that. It's boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. Do I want to see him get a girl and then die? No. Don't really care. That's me, though. That's like when they did Enterprise. I was like, oh, there's a rope in space because they don't have technology. Oh, they bang their head on the hull because the ship is not big enough. Oh, they really don't have any technology. No phasers, no. Oh my God, what is this? And that's what it was with me. And even when they tried so hard and throw time travel into it, I'm like, meh, not really. You know. But Orville was unfreaking believable.
Exactly. I was like, whoa.
Holy moly. Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Directed by Jonathan Frakes, Riker himself.
Yes.
Written by the Star Trek Next Generation writer Brian Braga. And Seth MacFarlane.
God.
Oh my God. Patrick Stewart's going to appear. Scott Bakula is going to appear. Holy crap. This show has been everything that you wanted Star Trek to be and more.
Exactly.
And Discovery is not anything you want Star Trek to be.
No. I'm telling you, man, if that doesn't prove that this show got potential, I don't know what does. I backed this before, even when I saw the first time they aired their little commercial for it. I was like, yeah, that show gonna be hot.
I mean, Star Trek Discovery is so dark. There's not even a nightlight. Like you can't even see anything. You can't even see anything. It's like what is I can't see. Yeah, exactly. No direction.
There's no direction, no ambition.
No. It's miserable. You want people to kill themselves? It's terrible. It's terrible. Making bioweapons? Like what? Let's kill everybody. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? This is what? Yeah.
The official Star Trek Twitter last night tweeted when someone says they aren't watching the new episode of Star Trek Discovery tomorrow with a Spock gif, I replied, why watch Discovery when we have the Orville? It's more Star Trek than Discovery is.
Exactly.
Bingo.
God, so bad. How do you not have the ship Discovery show up until episode 3?
Yeah.
And that's the name of the show, by the way. I want my money back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's going to be by the third act,
third episode,
then give me my $3 back and get.
Yeah. You want to get a free week of All Access? You wait till November 12th when it's the mid-season finale, and you watch every single episode of Discovery on November 12th.
That's right.
You have everything.
I mean, come
and
on.
there you go.
The Orville crew was watching Seinfeld on the big screen for crying out loud.
That's right. That was the best. That was the best.
Amazing. You haven't seen it, right, Chris?
Seen what?
The Orville?
The Orville.
No, I have no interest in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Less than a minute.
It is good.
So good. All right, we have more news, right?
A bit, yeah.
Okay, we'll be back. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.